we got scammed. It actually happened. I feel so stupid that this happened because we're pretty smart people. We both got scammed. And
yeah, it's true. I work in technology like every day, and yet I still almost, it was like so close.
yeah, so we're going to talk about it in today's video. We decided let's make some content. Let's maybe spare some other people from getting scammed, and let's tell you the red flags to look out for, what happened to us, what we did, and what you can do if you get scammed. So where do we even start?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just, if this video helps you not get scammed, that would be a success. So that's what we want to do, is help you in these situations, because I actually think there is a pattern that they use in order to access your accounts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this actually has happened to other friends of ours that we have now learned about.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, scammers, they're really good, actually. They scam
Professionals.
you. They're professional.
Yeah.
So it happened. Calvin was like, hey, Camille, did you see that email you got from the Kim Gravel podcast? He's like, I checked her out. She seems legit. Maybe you should say, yeah, you'll be a guest on her podcast.
Yeah, and the email seemed pretty legit. I guess I didn't look. I guess there were some misspelled words potentially that I didn't catch. But he had the signature in his email. Everything looked professional, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh yeah, this could be a good podcast to join.
And I had a lot of other things going on, a lot of different projects. I have 3 kids. I just quickly messaged back, sure, I would love to be a guest. Like, thank you. And the email was a Gmail. It was from a Gmail. So I later learned, like...
First red flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually emails come from what they call like domain emails. So, it would be like kimgravel.com or something like that.
Like my email is hello@learnenglishwithcamille.com.
Yeah, exactly. So we send official email from there.
Yeah. So he sent back, okay, great. He said, first, we just need to do a test to make sure that your Facebook is set up to accept the live invite from Kim. And I thought, okay. I was like, okay, I guess that's fine. I was like, I want to be prepared because I'm going to be live, and so I have to accept this. So he messaged me some potential podcast dates and some potential times that I could meet with him. And so we agreed on a time. And it happened to be last Monday morning. So this is about a week later that we're filming this.
So in our defense, Monday mornings, generally, we're not the sharpest tools in the shed.
Calvin was actually fighting a cold. He was a bit under the weather.
Yeah.
And so I accepted this Zoom call. It was over Zoom. And when I got on, I was like, should we turn on our cameras? I was like ready to turn on my camera. And he was like, no, because I'm sharing my screen with you. And then I
Second red flag.
Yeah, because you can screen share and see your face. And his accent was very hard to understand. I was like, is he from India, Pakistan? We later traced it. He was from Pakistan.
Yes, but the name in the email was more of like
Kevin, an American name.
It definitely wasn't Kevin.
Yeah, and I thought, well...
Third red flag.
But I thought, like, okay, I hire people from other countries. I have people from other countries that edit videos for me, that do work for me. So I was like, okay, maybe she just has an assistant from another country.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
And so I was like, okay, like that's fine. But I did have to ask him to repeat a lot because his accent was very thick and I couldn't understand a lot of his questions. And he said, you need to be on your Facebook on your computer to check the settings. And so I said, uh-oh, I don't know my password. I am terrible. I would not be alive without Calvin. As far as technology goes, I'm really not technologically advanced. I do edit my own reels and post them and things. But as far as like passwords and stuff, I was signed in on my phone and I was like, well, can't I just use my phone to accept the live? And he was like, yes, but first you need to make sure the configurations on your computer are set up right. And so Calvin's like, hey, I have you logged in on my computer. We can do it from there.
Yeah.
So I took my laptop and went over to Calvin's desktop, and then Calvin had to do the work because I was so confused at this point.
Yeah, that would have been kind of another red flag. It shouldn't be so hard. But I also, dealing with Facebook pages, Facebook ads, Facebook monetization, we've had issues, and it's super complex. It's overly complex. And so for me, I'm like, okay, this is just, status quo for Facebook to be just a mess, just to even go live with somebody. And we've never gone live on Facebook, right?
I had by myself a few years ago, but I never accepted from somebody else. I've never collaborated with a live, but I remember thinking this shouldn't be so complicated. Like, this is weird. And I started to feel a little bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
And Calvin,
both about the same time, we're kind of like, it was growing. Like, is this legit?
And since he couldn't see us, we were like looking at each other like,
yeah, like what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, is this for real? Like, but at the same time, I was trying to listen to his instructions, and like, it was the stupidest thing I should have known. But he gave me, I had to supposedly like verify my account, and I needed like this verification code. And then he wanted me to send the link and put it onto like the public links of her page. And I should have known. And that was where that was the worst red flag that I missed, was like posting a verification link in a public place. So I think that is like, if you get anything out of this video, if somebody asks you for a verification code, a verification URL, don't give it to them. It's a scam 100%. Nobody, and even when you receive these texts sometimes, it'll say like, don't share this with anybody.
Yeah. And we made my Facebook page live, which is linked to my Instagram page, which I have a combination between the two of 1 million followers between my Instagram and my Facebook page. So basically we gave him access. And at the same time, we saw this email come in that said, Ahmet something now has access to Learn English with Camille. And then we were like,
we might have swore a lot, actually.
I've never heard Calvin say like the SH word so much. He never swears. And he was like, what did I do?
Sorry, Lord.
Yeah. And I was like, in that moment, my adrenaline came, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this anymore. And Calvin's like, I'm not in your account. Like, what's happening? Like, you couldn't get in it for a second.
My heart was beating so fast in that moment. I like couldn't do basic tasks. I like couldn't click. I was just like, oh shoot, we just lost part of our business.
The bulk
that we
of
built
our business
for 4 or 5 years, whatever it is.
And we were like, oh my gosh, how are we so stupid? And we were like praying, like, God, please, like stop anything from happening. But it had appeared that we lost our page and that he had access.
I was like, it's over.
But he was still on the call. And I was like, what? I don't feel comfortable with this. Are you trying to hack us? Like, what is going on? He was like, ma'am, if you don't feel comfortable, I can, attach, or I can connect you with Kim and you can speak to her. And once you feel more comfortable, we can come back to this. And then I was like, what is going on? We lost access to our page. What is happening? And then he hung up. And then I messaged him back and I was like, give us our page back. What did you do? and then I was like, okay, Calvin's like, I'm still logged in. And he deleted him, right? You deleted his email.
Yeah, when she was distracting him, still on the call, I managed to get into where I can see who has access to the page. And so I quickly deleted him off because I was still an admin. Yeah. And so he lost access at that point. Although I didn't know that was like officially, like he was out and we saved our pages.
Because we still saw this random girls account in there.
Yeah, we saw another page.
And we were so confused by that. And it turns out somehow in that swapping, you had access. We had full access to another page that was hacked.
Yeah, and so it still had him as an admin on that page and then me for some reason. And so I was like, what is going on? What do we do? So even like our whole Learn English with Camille account changed to the name of that account for some reason, changed the icon. So it was just like this weird big mess. And so that made me like, oh, maybe he still has access. He's going to steal everything still.
Yeah.
So I was double checking everywhere I could.
I mean, we quickly changed the password for both my Instagram and my Facebook account, which was a pain because I don't know, it was hard to change them, but we did that as fast as possible. And then I signed up for the verification, the blue tick on Instagram, because I was like, maybe somebody can help us quicker, which they did.
Yeah.
But they were like, you need to report this through Facebook. So they helped, but they didn't help. But I was like, okay, I can see who's logged into my accounts. Like we were the only ones logged in our city. And so that was like a good sign. But I was still like, did he do something? Can he still access? Can he hack later? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
And he sent me an email back from the one that I had sent him. And he was like, can you have your page back? ? Like he didn't have access to it. And then he actually said, sorry about that as well. He sent 2 separate emails. And
At least he was sorry.
That's like the last we've heard from him. But it's crazy because Calvin was able to contact the girl that's page was hacked. Do you want to share about that?
Yeah, so I mean, I did my detective work and finally found a phone number. Turns out she was a realtor in Miami, an entrepreneur. And so, yeah, I was able to call her, talk to her. She finally called me back and we chatted and she's like, yeah, like this dude tried to get me or said that I was going to be on like the Drew Barrymore podcast because she also is an actress. And she's like, I was really like getting momentum. And he got one of my pages, not the one that we ended up having, but a bigger page. So he stole that page. But I was able to basically delete the guy and add her back into her page. So she at least got, another page that had like 15,000 followers on it on Facebook. So a little bit of, redemption.
Yeah.
But it just never leaves you with a good feeling about humanity. We always err on the side of like humanity, is generally good. We want to do good. But we're also told to be wise as serpents, but innocent as doves. And we weren't really that wise in that moment. Maybe lack of coffee, sickness.
I don't know. We got scammed. Like they got us.
His swirl. Yeah. They're we've been scammed, unfortunately, a few times.
We'll save those for other videos.
Yeah.
I just really trust people too easily.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is a good opportunity. They want something good. And I just believe that people are good when not everybody is. So unfortunately, one of my other creator friends, she lost her page, her 1.2 million follower page on Facebook in the same way, but they had offered her money to go on a podcast. And then it's like the same process. So it seems like it starts with these podcasts that are real, but the people behind them pretending to be the assistants are fake. And it seems like there's a network of them. Yeah,
I doubt he's working alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we don't want to be skeptical always, I don't think that's a good way to live life.
Yeah.
But maybe you can be 20% skeptical, 80% optimistic, I guess. Yeah. That could be a good balance. So there's a little bit of skepticism we probably need in our lives.
Yeah.
But now we've hopefully learned our lesson.
Yes. You guys, I was seriously every single day, so thankful to God that he spared my pages, all of our work. I really thought we lost all of our work. In a moment of panic, I left this very messy, scared message on my Instagram. I just got scammed. I was shaking. Yeah. I was I don't know if you guys can even see this. I don't know if I'm going to have my page back, but I got scammed. That's what happened. And luckily not too many people saw it, and I deleted it once I realized my page was safe. But we wanted to get the word out there with this video and hopefully help some other people avoid scams. We know that scams go around in many different ways, and unfortunately we have to be more careful. So if you want, share about your scam story.
and other red flags to look for if you've been scammed.
Yeah. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and write in the comments. Thank you guys so much for your support.
Thank you.
We'll see you in another video.
See you later.
Bye.